I'm not jealous that a 10-year-old has better Minecraft planning than me. But that's not what this video is about. That castle outline looks awesome! But, so, it's my first day back to my normie job after the Ren Fair, and I was journaling last night. And one thing that I decided is that I have to work every bit of my magical ass to make sure that I can feel what I felt this weekend every single day. The level of joy and acceptance, and even in irritating things, I was still in my shine and in my best, and I was so happy. I met so many amazing people and connected with amazing people, so I'm looking to see what I need to do, where I need to point my energy to make that my everyday. Because the moment that I accept this as the best my life is going to get is the moment my soul's gonna die. Nine of Cups. It may seem fulfilling what everyone says you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get the office job. You're supposed to work to be the manager, the boss, all these other things. It's not really going to fulfill you. There's always going to be something missing, the Nine of Cups. Because there is one thing that you have to offer yourself, and that is your ability to be free. You have also the Eight of Wands. This may be a mental barrier, but I also see this as a very regal crown. And wands are the suit of passion, persistence, fire, your drive in this world. And man, I literally said, I have a fire under me right now. Because I cannot allow myself to slip back into this. I cannot allow myself to slip back into thinking that this is okay, what this place does to me. And I don't mean just this job in general, just working for someone else, selling my life in that way. We have the Queen of Swords upright with the world in reverse. And she is willing to turn the entire world upside down because she knows as soon as she makes that decision, that sword, it's going to cut through anything else, because swords are the suit of the mind. They are the suit of your mental state. And when the swords are in reverse, they can sometimes mean distress or duress in your mental state. But the queen here, I love this. She's got these are holographic ones. There we go. She's snapping and there's magic coming off of her fingers. Her very existence, our very existence, my very presence is magic in this world. We heal by existing. And we do that even more so when we are in our authenticity, when we are in our bright and our whimsy and our shine. And that's not something that we're allowed to do in the mundane world very often, because they say, no, you're supposed to be serious. No, you can't do that. Grow up. Ten of Wands. Why are we allowing anyone to tell us what we can do? They are not the center of our world. They are not our Apollo. They are not our core. And they don't have a fucking right to tell me what I can and can't do. They're trying to make you feel like you only have one decision to make. Their decision, their way. And that's perfectly fine if that's what they've chosen for themselves, if that's what they believe they need in life, because they're afraid to make their own decision. They're afraid to fail on something that they want, so they just do something that they know they can succeed at. But if you keep doing the tutorial mission over and over again because you know you're not going to die, but you're not leveling up any, you're just repeating the same story. You're not writing your own narrative. You're not making your own world. You're avoiding yourself. Maybe because you don't like what you see. So, in Otherworld, which is kind of like the dreamland between the conscious three-dimensional world and the fourth-dimensional and fifth-dimensional world, in Otherworld, I have a cottage. It is adorable with a stained glass window and a duck pond between these two trees. and a pottering shed in the back where I literally unpack and unpot everything. And when I saw this homeward card, take yourself out on a date, I saw myself coming out of my house, another world, into my garden. And this is not a place I have spent a lot of time because the mundane and three-dimensional world had me so distracted. We have to come home to our healing and our opportunity that we can have what we want. That justice for the sacrifices that we've made, what we've had to put away into this closet, the sword, the bat, literally. Come here, you. This is my bat. Her name is Bridget, after the goddess. Coincidentally enough, that's also the name of my boss. You have to stand up for this. There's that fire we were talking about. And it may seem like a bitch fire. People are going to say you are a certain way. But that's because they wanted to be your light. They wanted to be your center, what you gave your everything to. The crops cannot thrive without the sun. You know it's a new day with the sun. They wanted to be your reason to breathe. They wanted to be your reason to hope and joy and laughter and happiness because they wanted all of that amazing energy that comes from you when you are in them. And if they can withdraw that from a false flame, from a false connection and a false fire, they can still get supplemental energy from you. They can still get some of that. It's kind of like grating Parmesan cheese. They are the greater. And I don't mean that they are greater than you. They are literally the piece that tears and rips and belittles you, taking you down into nothingness, taking you down into more manageable pieces. Because if you've ever eaten just a chunk of Parmesan, and I mean like good Parmesan cheese, it's very strong. It's a very overwhelming taste unless you really like that kind of stuff. And so people do have to whittle it down. People do have to belittle it to say that it is not this great thing. It's just a topping. You're not a business owner. It's just a hobby. People try to belittle that because they want what you have when you are in your greatest and brightest. But they don't want you to have too much because then that pulls you from them. Because they have not done the same work to stand at the level that you have stood. They have not looked at the same devils in themselves that you have looked at in yourself. And this is not to compare your journey to anyone else. This is simply saying you cannot drag these people into your level if they have not taken the steps themselves. They have to reach that dungeon before you can help them with them. You can't just, if you are the one that is like 159 and they're level 22 still in Krakatopia, you can't bring them to your dungeons because they will be slaughtered. They do not have the power. They do not have the strength to stand where you're standing, and it terrifies them because you are the only thing that gives them that strength because they haven't found it in themselves, or they're too scared to look at what they need to look at in themselves. They're too scared or afraid or ashamed to look at what you have looked at in yourself. And I'm so very proud of you. If you've tasted this whimsy, if you've felt your soul genuinely lighting up, my love, do not forget it. Do not let someone take it away from you because this world is far too dark and far too strong with that kind of evil. We have to be the change we want to see. And that starts with you deciding that your whimsy, your light, and your special shade of weird is exactly what you can and maybe should spend your time on instead of all that noise. I love you so much.